to me. Desperado won the Caulfield Cup again. American Trevian.
Hello and welcome to your daily bite of the Victorian Spring Racing Carnival in Melbourne. And with Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip having arrived in Australia overnight, it's appropriate that today we catch up with Aussie racing royalty. We're at Caulfield with the Queen of Australian racing, Black Caviar, who takes the next step of her so far perfect career on the Tats Cox Plate undercard on Saturday. And on the other side of town, the King of Australian racing, Cups King Bart Cummings, unveils his International Cup hopeful, Elo, also on the Cox Plate support card. But first to Black Caviar, who was paraded for the media today ahead of what seems certain to be her 15th win in 15 starts in the Schweppes Stakes. She has scared off all but 4 rivals, and Peter Moody is a lot more relaxed about the pressures of retaining her unbeaten record.
Well, it's been a lot more pleasant this week. The pests have stayed in their burrows, and no, it's been very enjoyable this week. And I suppose with the breakfast with the stars out at Moonee Valley and the Cox Plate, which the emphasis should be on, because it is our championship, we've been given a bit of peace and quiet, and we've certainly enjoyed it. As you can see, she's in great physical condition. I think her first up run's brought her on, and very pleased with her. She's cleaned up in the coat a bit. She's a little bit brighter. She's a bit lighter on her feet, so she knows it's game time again. So she's a couple of little bits of work since the last run. Had to probably do a little bit more. The race didn't take a lot out of her, so she's had a couple of nice gallops, and she's looking forward to Saturday.
He's up there with the greatest ever. Black Caviar won it by 4.5.
Black Caviar has stifled betting for the Schweppes and could start even shorter than 20-1 on, or a return of 4 cents in the dollar. Betchoice's Mark Morrissey loves to see her race, but bemoans the impact she has on the bookies' bottom line.
The impact's terrible for us. I mean, we just keep taking on, we keep losing our money. It does stifle the betting for the little players. They don't want to back it because the price is too short, but they don't want to bet against it either because they don't want to see it beaten. The only money you get are the bigger professional players betting in the hundreds of thousands, and foolishly enough we keep taking them on and they keep getting the money. We'll never learn.
After another beautiful day in Melbourne, the Cox Plate money has come for 3-year-old Helmet, now a clear-cut favourite ahead of noted wet tracker Jimmy Choo. Morrissey has nominated King's Rose as a value bet in the plate, and if she can upset the favourites, 2011 might just rival his all-time favourite Cox Plate in 2006.
I was in every newspaper in Australia saying El Segundo at 6-4 favourite could not possibly win the race. And I've personally backed Fields of Omar 33-1, 25s, 20s, 16s. I've just avalanched it around the country. Apparently it was less than a centimetre in it, but Fields of Omar got the money and it was about 2 million difference to me.
The scratching of Desperado from the Cox Plate has not only moved Helmet in one gate, but has taken some of the speed out of the race. That's also impacted the 3-year-old's dominance at the top of the market. Dunedin is into $9 for the Melbourne Cup after his wonderful win in the Geelong Cup yesterday. His American-like victory earned him a half-kilogram penalty for the Cup. And talk of the Cup brings us to the King, Bart Cummings, the iconic trainer with 12 Melbourne Cups on his CV, and at the age of 83, attempting to win his 13th with the German import Elo. A Group 3 enlisted race winner in Cologne this year, Elo will make his Australian debut in the Moonee Valley Cup over 2,600 metres on Saturday, and impressed in a workout with fellow Cups contender precedents at Moonee Valley on Tuesday.
He's a bit stronger than he looks. He's put on 20 kilos since he's been here, which is a fair bit of weight, and he needed it. He was light when he got here. So the way he's going, I'm quite happy with him.
Elo would not be Cummings' first imported winner. Kingston Rule, the Australian-owned 1990 winner by Secretariat, was bred overseas. But Elo is the first international he has had arrive for a current campaign.
Wish he'd come here a bit earlier. Would have been easier to get him fit and acclimatised better. If he was come a couple of weeks earlier, it'd be good, but can't change. What's that? Can't change the past. He went from Germany first to Newmarket, and then when he got there, he had to go into quarantine in Newmarket for a couple of weeks, and again, then he had to go to Werribee, so for a month, wasn't it? And he came out, about 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago.
It's a very different scenario for Bart compared to this time last year, when So You Think was dominating Group 1 races. Although So You Think has won 3 Group 1s in England and Ireland this year under Aidan O'Brien, he's also been beaten 3 times. And to say Bart wishes he was still calling the shots is an understatement.
Well, if he's here, he'd be still winning. So I say. Still, everyone's got a different idea, but I don't know, I just can't figure them out.
Things are also different this year, but in a better way. In 2010, Bart appeared frail in the aftermath of pneumonia, but this spring he's bounced back more like the Bart of old.
Yeah, thank heavens, touch wood. Yeah, all right. Nice to see the sun out in Melbourne. There's a bit of rain, the drought's over, so everything's good.
And that's all for today, but we'll be back tomorrow for another bite of the Tats Cox Plate.